everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Sala from Cards Ahead here. Today I'm working with the Sherlock kit from Natty & Moon. Someone in the Natty & Moon creative was wondering what to do with this, and I promised to make some sort of a tutorial about this. Honestly, if you don't know what a certain freebie from this June-tober month or whenever is used for, just use your imagination. There's really no such thing as one and only possible way or a right way to use these products. So, I don't know, I just always feel like it's so interesting to see how many different ways people can use the same kit. Like, they take the exactly same thing and just do whatever they wish. And for example, when we talk about design team stuff, it's only in rare occasions where two people take the same kit and make it exactly the same. It needs to be really, really small kit if that happens. So here is what I originally did with it. Like I said, this is a June-tober freebie on Natty & Moon Creative on Facebook. I will link the group down below once again, so you can get this for free from there. And so yes, I made this little Z-fold booklet. I don't know what to call this. I have been calling this an endless journal. You will soon see why. But it opens up into a small journal. It has a pocket on the front cover, and then it has this waterfall flip on the middle back cover. So the reason why I call this endless is that when you flip it like this, it starts over. Here's the second side. Here we have the stacked pockets that come in the kit. I did take some other stuff from Natty's other freebie to make this, but you can make one of these just using this one kit or a freebie as well. So here's the side pocket, and if I can, I will show you that there's actually a spot between the two sections where you can fit like a journaling card. So this is what I originally made. This is not hard to make by any means. I will show you how to construct the cover, but first I will be making something else, because I'm not good at making two things that are exactly the same. But yeah, here's another idea what you can do with this freebie. So the freebie consists of 3 different background papers. It's all detective stuff. I absolutely love this plaid. Here we have some detective accessories, if I can call them that. And the mentioned plaid, and also some really worn out, like, newspaper print, I would say. Old advertisers, something like this. This is mild or worn out enough so that you could easily write on this, and I did use this as a background for some writing space on the journal that I just showed you. It basically has 2 covers. You could cut these both out and glue them back to back to create a little bit sturdier cover. That is a possibility. It says to print this pattern on, or one of those 3 patterns, on the opposite side before cutting and folding in half. But in this particular case, I decided to leave the backside blank, because that is another thing some people have been struggling with during this event. Like, I don't know how to print double-sided, or I don't want to print double-sided. it's too complicated or something like that. So it is possible, completely possible, just to print them on one side and just work with it. It doesn't need to be complicated at all. And it also has some word labels there. Then we have the double pocket and a side pocket that fits this journaling card. We will look at these diagrams a little bit later. And here is the waterfall and the little pocket. So the waterfall thingy, it has 5 flaps right here. But without further ado, let's start working with the kit. So, like I said, I decided to go with one-sided print. You can print them double-sided if you want to, but you don't have to. And I think I will... This is the waterfall and the small pocket. I will put those aside for a minute. And then we have the side pocket, the double pocket, the journaling card, and also the covers. What I think I will do this time is I'm going to treat these as 2 folders. Then you could later on add them into your journal. These could be journal pages, tiny ones, or if you have a little journal, just regular ones. And I'm going to fold this one in half as well. So yes, here we go. Now we've got 2 folders. And here is the diagram that came on the same sheet as the 3 pockets and the journaling card. What this tells us is how this page is supposed to look like when you put it together. And that is what I'm going to do. I think I will work with this because I think these are too matchy-matchy. That's just my preference. You can do all matchy-matchy if you want to. But I could score these. It would be more even. It would be easier perhaps. But I think that just folding these by hand is A, faster, and B, so shows you that you don't need any fancy equipment to make this project. Like, not at all. There we go. I did fold it really crookedly, so we'll see how that fits, but it'll be fine, I'm sure. But like I said, there's so many things you can make with something like this, and there's definitely no such thing as one perfect or right way. I think the best thing about printables is that you can do so many things with them. There's obviously usually the one way that it was designed to do, but then there are tens and tens of other ways that you can do with them, and that is the most interesting part to me as a crafter and also as a fresh designer. Yes, I just released my first freebie, so I guess in some twisted way I am a designer now. But I definitely don't see myself as one, that's for sure. So I'm taking some vintage photo and just inking around the edges, starting with this folder. As you can see, it's really plain white because I didn't print on both sides, but already when you just put a little bit of ink here on the edges, it looks so much better. It's not so stark white anymore. It looks a little bit more worn out or something. And then I will take the pockets and such and also ink around those. I feel like my ink pad might be drying a little bit, so I need to re-ink it at some point, but I'm really terrible at doing things like that. This is definitely crooked, so I will just fix it a little bit. There we go. Then the third pocket. No need to be like super fussy about this either, just slap some ink on it and call it a day. That's what I always say to myself. Don't make things too hard for yourself. It doesn't need to be. I'm also inking the back side because, like I said, I only printed these one-sided, so I don't want it to be plain white. Another thing you could do is to take some sort of a really plain stamp. Let me show you on this journaling card, and just do some really light stamping, carefree stamping on the back side, so that it looks like it has some sort of texture. And third thing you could do is just to take any of the patterns that were included in the kit. One moment, I will show you these 3 versions. Cut a piece that you want, piece that's big enough to cover this or the folders inside, and just glue it on. It will make your project a little bit sturdier, which is awesome, and it also will make it look really different. Like if I would put this here, you wouldn't even notice that, oh no, that is totally white and I didn't print on it. Not a big deal. So yeah, in this case it says to put this here, like you can see, and then this card here. But that is completely optional. You can put it there, and you can also put it here on this side. If you, I usually prefer to have my things opening this way, so that when I open it or when it's in my journal, it won't fall out as easily. But I think sewn into a journal, this would be a little bit of a tight fit. Oh my goodness, tight fit. So I think I'm going to be putting it on this side, like this. I lost the word. Diagram shows. Okay, I'm going to take some glue. You could also use a tape runner or double-sided tape, or maybe even glue stick. Whatever you want to use, whatever you are comfortable with. But I'm taking my white glue because that's what I trust the most. This is PVA-C, but you can also use like PVA glue or whatever you want to. It's just, honestly, doesn't matter that much. Here we go. And we have one side done. I will just put this in here. This is based on the diagram, how this is supposed to look like. But like I said about 3,000 times by now, I think, it doesn't have to be the way you make it. Okay, so looks like it's possible that I cut it a little bit wrong way or something. You know, the folder part, the cover part, but this is a little bit different size than my folder. So I'm just going to fold my fold lines in a little bit. I think that should do the trick. And it should fit. Yes. Perfect. I did make it crooked again, so let's just do that. And see how that looks. No, I guess it was fine before, now it's not. It's a struggle in here. It really is sometimes. There we go. Like I said, scoring these would probably be easier. I will do the same, I think, with this one. Let me check. Yep. So I'm just folding them in a tiniest bit. Like probably not even 1/8 of an inch. I would say like a millimeter or two in centimeters. Okay, now I made this too small. Yes, this is really a struggle sometimes, like I said, but it's just test how it looks, and if it doesn't look good, do a retake. It's not difficult at all. There we go. Or yes, I make it look difficult, but it's not complicated. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's put some ink in here. And I think I have two options. I could glue this down first and then glue this on top of it. I could even, if I want this to be higher up, I could put it there and then this down here. But I think what I will do is just glue these two right on top each other first, and then glue them both down at the same time. And what I actually will do, I will wrap this around the bigger pocket. Yep, that's what I will do. There we go. Just so that the side looks a little bit neater. If I would just glue them on top of each other, you could see that it kind of doubles up. That would leave me more space. So it's just all about preference and how you want things to look and work. So once again, do what you want. Just have fun doing it. Yep, there we go. Now I'm off the limits of changing my mind. It's glued down. There we go. The second flap and then the third flap. Here we go. And then I will just spread some glue on this double flap. Double flapping that I've got going on in here. I will just tuck some glue under the flaps to make sure they stay put. There we go. I'm not sure if I was out of frame just a minute ago. It's possible. I'm sorry if I was. There we go. This one goes down, and you can fold it down at this point to make sure you didn't glue it too close to the middle fold to stop it from folding down. Okay, so this would be the one folder done. Now what you could do with this is glue it onto your journal as an opening element on whichever side you prefer. You could even just glue it down on 3 sides or 2 sides to create a pocket or a tuck spot. And yes, you could just sew in a few pages to create a signature to make it a really easy and simple journal. But before we do any of that, let's work with the second part of this. This is probably the little bit not complicated, a little bit more detailed part of things. So let's, oops, wrong way around. Let's put it there. That's the diagram that was on the same page as this little pocket that I'm folding right now. And the waterfall system, I don't know what to call that. I'm still struggling to find a word. I know it's a waterfall, but yeah, it's waterfall element. I guess that's it. So yes, this one will be here or put there. But before I put it there, I will just put some ink into this page. And actually, I think in this case, I will take the, what's it called? The stamp. And stamp on this a little bit, just so that we can see how it looks like. And yes, I just flipped my page around to check that I'm having it the right way up, and after that I glanced on my first one to make sure that that one was. So yes, maybe just check before gluing things down. Don't be like me. Don't do as I do, just do as I say. Yep, I'm horrible, I know. Okay, there we go. Just a fast, really simple background. Doesn't look white anymore. And we can totally live with that, can't we? Then the next step is to put this down. Once again, my folding was terrible at its best. So, but what a little ink can't fix. So there we go. Nobody knows that I got things screwed. Okay. I was afraid I might have shut my glue bottle already, like clogged it. But luckily that was not the case. I'm following the diagram once again, so I'm just putting the pocket here. Because like I said, somebody asked for a tutorial, not do whatever you want to, Sala. They definitely did not ask for that, but that's what you get sometimes, eh? Okay, so in this case, as you can see, this is kind of a tight fit. It's not really possible to glue them, or actually, before I say anything, let's fold these and take a look, because sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to imagine how things will go without actually seeing them. Sometimes I'm good at that, sometimes I'm not. So I'm just folding the top flaps. What I'm doing right now is folding this page area right here. I think I should probably start a new video, because I feel like this tracks a little bit. We'll see. One moment. Let's see if this works a little bit better. Maybe not. I hope it's not showing in the end result, so to speak. If it is, I will have to refilm this again, and if it doesn't, then I'm sure you don't know or have any clue what I'm talking about, but either way. Okay, so let's see. Usually when I make these, I try to glue them down one after another. So I put one here, then I put one like after it that way, and then one after that. But we would run out of space about after 3 flaps, and we still have 2 more to go. So what I will do in this case is just kind of like stack them up like so, just on top of each other. There we go. Because it's really bulky in this case, which might be your jam. If it's not, you can just leave some of these out maybe, or I don't know, maybe make the pieces a little bit smaller. That might work too. But what I'm going to do now is to even these out as well as I can. And then I'm going to clip these because I have my clips here. There we go. I think I will actually use 2 to make sure that it doesn't go off from either side. You can see here that I didn't do perfect job with cutting these pieces, but that's also fine. So let's see. I'm starting with the first flap. I'm not gluing that down to the back piece, but I'm instead putting some glue on the back of the second hinge or flap, and actually I'll press these all down just to make it easier for myself. There we go. And then open it after the second flap. Then I'm going to put glue on the third flap like this, and once again press them all down. And then we have 2 left. Here's the fourth flap that I'm putting glue behind off, and there we go. And then we are down to the last flap, which is the 5th one. Here we go. And that's it. Now we have our waterfall system, waterfall element done. And now I'm just going to be spreading some glue in here. I would definitely recommend wet glue, white glue, something glue behind this piece, because it's a little bit, hold on, I will just add some ink here, because that is pretty much impossible to ink when it's down. I forgot to do that before spreading the glue, but that's fine. Okay, so let's put this here. Oops, there we go. I could actually remove the clips at this point. I'm just going to press it down a little bit. I could have removed them before spreading the last layer of glue to adhere this one, but I didn't think about that, so. But hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? There we go. I'm just going to add some glue because, like I said, I didn't do perfect job with cutting these, because I just used my scissors. And as you can see, the second side of these, or the back side, is also white, but I think that's perfect for writing space. But if you want to add some images or something, go ahead and do that. You can put some of the pattern papers behind those images if you want to. There we go. And then the last one. Here we go. Okay, we are done. So, just like the diagram suggests, we have waterfall element on one side and the pocket on the second side. And same thing with this one. You could also put this into your journal as an element like this. You could sew it into, once again, your journal. You could even, I think gluing these together would be a little bit difficult, but not impossible. You would just have to be really, really careful with the glue so that you don't glue too much. Maybe score or fold a little bit of a spine here so that it would be easier. But if you would like to make just a tiny booklet like this, maybe with a signature down here, I would probably bind it instead. But to show you how I created this, I'll just, let me check. I want this to be one of my covers. So I basically flipped one of them like this. And hold on. I will just, I think I want my pocket to be here. You don't have to leave a pocket. You could just glue them back to back. But I like to leave a pocket in there, so I'm just going to spread some glue on 3 sides. I do have to warn you, once the journal gets a little bit bulkier, it will be kind of hard to get anything out of here and in here, so just something to be mindful about, I guess. Really not an issue if you just put one journaling card in there, but it would be hard to fit another one of those waterfall elements, for example. Okay, so here we go. We all of the sudden have a Z-fold. So what I did with mine was I sewed a signature here, and then when you close it, you have another cover, and when you open it, I sewed another signature in here. That's what I did with mine. And once again, when you close it, it's like endless book of fun, basically. And of course, you could also use this in your journal as a flip out. That would be really fun too. Anyway, here's the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you are not a member in Nadia Moon Creative yet, please go check it out. Like I said in the beginning, I think. I will link it down below. I hope this was helpful in some way. Anyway, enjoy the rest of June-tober or June, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.